Load, and at some point it will be live.
There you go. I think
Let's see, we're live.
it says we're
Yep.
live, but are we?
There you
it says live. So hold
Let's
on.
see.
My computer is taking forever to load things. There we go.
All right, cool.
Okay, so here we are again. Welcome back to another live stream on the channel. Thank you all for joining. I'm glad you all could take some time out of your day to just sit back and relax and enjoy some trains running and some friends talking about trains. And it's always good to see you all here. I have my buddy Johnny again, and then Matt, Train Lover 9943. Some of you may know.
How are we doing, guys?
So, so how are you guys doing?
Good.
Doing good.
Hey, Zach, how you doing, man?
Got some people in the chat talking. It's good to see people on here. Show that comment. There we go. And once again, thank you all for joining. I just keep saying that, but it means a lot to me and probably means a lot to others. And it just helps out the channel. And make sure to smash that thumbs up button on the live stream, which will help out my channel and all my content. So today I actually took a picture of a double header I had the other day.
A lash up.
Lash up, double header, whatever Rich Melvin wants it to be. And it was the thumbnail of this live stream, and it's a S3 double header, and then I also have another lash up sitting behind me. You probably can see it. And that's what we're going to be running today. And then, of course, we're going to be just talking about trains, doing questions, whatever you guys in the chat want to talk about. And yeah, that's what we're doing. I'm actually adjusting some settings. So maybe while I'm looking at that, Johnny and Matt can talk about something. There's always something to talk about.
Well, Matt, do you want to introduce yourself then?
Oh, hey, everyone. Matt, Train Lover 9943. I'm sure you guys have watched my channel and enjoy my content. I'm the guy who likes subways. I'm that subway guy. Oh yeah, it wasn't my original intention to do subways, and then when I met my buddy DJ, it's like I watched his N Train video that he had, and I fell in love, and I have that one and a bunch of others now. So it's like that's how it started, and I'm mainly in New York and East Coast stuff, so Pennsy, New York Central, that kind of thing is kind of where I'm at.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys hear me echoing? It kind of sounds like I'm echoing a little bit.
I think that's probably me. Let me turn down my mic and move my mic away from things.
Just toss it out the window. You don't need it.
Yeah,
right.
That might
I think
be
that's better now. Yeah, that's better. All right, cool.
So Dane, now I want a subway, says
Well, hey, message me. I won't say any of them, but I can tell you where to go and what to look for and all that sort of thing. So just hit my email.
He's one of those HO guys, I think.
MTH made HO subways.
Really? Huh.
Oh yeah. Heck, I'll pull up the chat here. I'll pull up the stream so we can.
There's always something going on with your Great Northern projects, Jason. They're very complicated.
Jason's here. Oh Jesus.
Lots and lots of things going on with your stuff, Jason. Let's see what else. Sid, what do you feel? Is that a thing? I'm not up to speed on train sets and stuff like that.
If there's a Pokemon set and a Frozen set and a Lightning McQueen engine, everything.
There's everything.
Yeah. At this point, you can have just about anything you want.
Mm-hmm.
We got Matt
there. Hey, Matt.
We got a decent amount of people here. We got 16 people watching, which is cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Taking the time out of their busy lives to come here and watch us be weird.
Yeah, let's go with that.
It looks like here's probably a big question that everyone was wondering is that you saw a weathered S3 number 265.
Yeah, it's Sid's.
Yes, it's definitely mine. No,
Sure.
No, that is not my S3. I wish it was. It's actually a very good-looking engine. It is weathered. It's professionally weathered, probably a very long time ago. I believe it's airbrushed, and it looks really good. It's not a perfect engine, is the best way to put it.
Did you do that weathering, Johnny?
I did not do the weathering.
I didn't do the weathering. I'm too incompetent. Last time I tried to paint an engine, I painted a white stripe on a conventional Polar Express with whiteout, so I shouldn't be allowed to paint anything.
Yeah, this
sounds about right with me.
If you don't understand yet, that S3 actually belongs to Johnny.
Hello.
And he sent it to me for repairs. He had taken it to one of his local stores, and they didn't know what to do with it. So he sent it to me, and I restored / fixed some issues with it, which included the smoke unit, some cosmetic parts, and just in general, it was a very dirty engine, and I've fixed that. I'm actually going to adjust my camera. I'm going to move this lasher forward so you can get a good look with my camera on it. I can hear the S3s now. I'll change my cameras here.
That shows the choo-choos. That's still such a nice engine.
And here, let me shut these sounds off and move my drink out of the way. But here is Johnny's S3, and as you can see, it has weathering. There's these I actually like these white streaks running down the side. They look really cool on this engine.
That's really cool.
And the front pilot is actually weathered in this kind of red color, and so are the cylinders. And there's more of that white streaking going down the side. If you look at my S3, the running gear is silver and has some silver blackened rims on it, and the rods up here are also silver. I believe the 265 from Lionel had black running gear. I could be wrong on that, but I believe it had black running gear, or some S3 they made had black running gear. But if you look closely, everything down here is black. It's a little worn, which actually looks really cool. And the same with the tender. The tender trucks are weathered, and there's white streaking going down the sides. And it's in really good condition, considering that it's probably had a very long and hard life.
Is that one of the originals, or is that the later run?
No, this is the original run from 2011.
Oh, cool.
The sound system, or the crew talk, is a little different from the one on mine, but everything else is the same. Some stuff I did to it was I replaced the smoke unit with a different one, so that's why it might be hard to see with the funnel in there. Looks a little different than the factory ones. That's a 3D printed part from my buddy. And then these marker lights used to be painted green. They had green paint all over them. So I replaced them with new ones with new lenses, and now the front end looks really good. And
my painted lights. Come on, Sid. You didn't have to expose me like that.
But none of that was Johnny's fault. He bought it like that. He just wanted an S3, which S3s are very hard to come by. And if you can find one, it's always good to pick them up. And especially this one's very unique, which is very cool. Mine's just a normal 261, but Johnny's is weathered. And it's kind of, I don't really call it ironic, but it's number 265, and 265 is used for parts to restore and keep the real 261 running. So it kind of fits with its current status, a very beat up and old engine. But this one, of course, runs, unlike the real one.
Well, yours, mine was an unintentional buy because it's like kind of local for me, because I'm in the Illinois area, so IRM's really close to me. Sid, didn't you say you had a reason for why, aside from just the S3 being a nice engine, what was the reason that you got yours?
Yeah, I have family that lives in Wisconsin and Minnesota and Duluth, and they all we were all up there, and there is the Twin City Model Railroaders. I don't know if that's their full name, but the Twin City Model Railroaders have a layout in a building there, and outside they have like a water tower and I think a caboose or something. Oop, it looks like we lost Matt there. Oh, there he is again. But I was at the museum, and their layout is a O-gauge 2-rail layout, which is very detailed, very cool stuff. And they had a 261 like mine that had been converted to 2-rail, which was very neat. And I saw it running, and I saw the fact that it was a Lionel engine and it was 2-rail. It was just so unique, and I was in the area that the real 261 was at. So I was planning to go see it, and I did see the real 261 that same day. But before I went to go see 261, I went downstairs to their 3-rail display, and of course they had a 2011 261 running, and I see the cylinder steam, and I hear that amazing whistle. And right there and then, I just had to get it because it was just such an amazing engine, and the fact that I got to see it with family members was just even more cool. I don't get to see those family members very often, so it was a very cool experience. And of course, I think lots of us watch Eric Siegel, so I saw his review, and that just was kind of a nail in the coffin. It was just such a nice northern engine. That's kind of my story. Now, set the camera here and let people look at this a little more.
And then I see Zach, he had a question for me a little while ago asking about, where was it? It was about, here we are, about Grabowski's Delaware Lackawanna C420. I don't know, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there it is. There's the comment.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know, maybe. I'm not sure. We'll see.
Ooh, I see Jason posted a good question for me, or a good comment for me. He said, if you live in Illinois, you have to go to the Great Midwest Train Show. It's wonderful. And he got a whole Alco Freedom train.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome. Yeah, I got the Great Midwest Train Show is actually really local to me. I work in the town that the show's in, so I pass it on a daily basis. And trust me, I have been counting the days where they open up again. So I really want to go.
There we go. And I see a question here. It's kind of probably directed towards me. Can a legacy engine that's a few years old be upgraded to run with Bluetooth? Asked Philip. It's Calic. I mispronounced that name horribly, but yes, that can be possible if the engine is from around 2011 to now, of course. The Bluetooth ability or that feature is just added into engines by plugging in a very small board, and the engines have had the ability for that for years. They just never implemented it, probably because Bluetooth was not as good in the past and it probably wouldn't have worked very well. And as things have progressed, they could improve it and make it work. So yes, that can be done.
Got to send him a K4 for a Bluetooth upgrade.
Yeah.
Voice control your engine at that point.
Yeah, right.
The only issue with some Bluetooth upgrades is that you can get Bluetooth modules, but they're specific to a K4 or a S3 or something. So if you want Bluetooth in an engine that hasn't been done in Bluetooth, the engine that shows up on the app won't match, which most people probably don't care about that, but that's just something to keep in mind. Let's see what else we have here. Let's see here. In general, did the smoke units have issues? I just got the first run 261 and heard there might be issues with the smoke units. I would recommend that you get these smoke units rebuilt because the parts for them, you can no longer buy the smoke unit itself. You have to either buy the small parts, and some of the small parts for it aren't even available. So because Johnny's was so far gone, I decided to just take the old one out and make a special bracket and replace it. Nope,
Garbage.
everyone keep in mind that was Johnny's fault. He bought the engine that way. And
did you get that on eBay or something?
Yeah, it was an eBay one. I made a lot of people angry because I think there was at least 50 people watching that engine. I was like,
oh, I think I know which one you're talking about too.
Yeah,
I sent to you, Sid. I remember we talked. Okay.
No, this one isn't that one. That was a 261 covered.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. That one was covered in super glue, which was that's just horrible. But this one had a rough life, but they don't have issues. You just have to maintain them and don't let them dry out. And then if they do dry out, they will overheat and just fall apart over time.
Those engines are one of those gems that Lionel made back in the quote unquote heyday of Lionel, but along with the Burke as well.
Yep.
The heyday was the 2007-8 era. That's the good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. That time period was a very good time.
Mm-hmm. That's what most of my collection is.
Mm-hmm. We have lots and lots of comments here. I'm trying to go through them.
I gotta binge more of your videos.
Mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just subscribed to you yesterday or whatever it was.
Oh,
I didn't realize I wasn't subscribed to you, so I'm like, all right, cool.
Yes.
Yeah, so definitely check them out.
I've been told this by. I wish right of way. It would be very cool to bring back right of way industries. I think I said this the other day to someone, but the owner died recently. They have been shut down for years, but it's possible that company could be brought back. Probably not the same way they used to be. But their trains were very nice. They were brass, very high end for the time, and it would definitely be cool. I am some people call me the king of right of way just because I know some. I really don't have that much. The only thing I have a lot of are the transformers because they can power just anything, literally anything you want.
Your aircraft black boxes.
Yes, they will never. They can't be destroyed. That metal is like 3/16 inch or it's really thick metal.
I'll bring my reset tool next time I'm down there. Then
I got a bunch of those. I don't need them. Bunch of reset tools I'm talking about.
Let's see here.
Bobcat's got a good question.
Oh, I'll go down that in a second. Will Menards is really be picking up the Rail King tooling like everyone is saying? Who knows?
I don't think everything. I think just probably rolling stock, no engines.
Yeah, the department for that kind of thing.
They don't. And the other thing is MTH is still producing trains. Like they announced a 425, and they've also all the announcements from before. They're all Rail King engines, so I have some feeling that possibly MTH will continue in a small size as a smaller company producing lower quantities, but they will still make things. So I don't think they're going to try and get rid of everything because I definitely think some of the employees love the business and love the company, and they want to continue it and kind of add their own twist to things because the company has been Mike Wolf's company for so long. And at least in my opinion, the people in the service department and those in engineering and lots of people that aren't even actually with the business company anymore, but have just been in the past, did a lot of work, and it really is their company. It's not so much Mike Wolf's anymore. They've just done so much to the point where he's just, as Sterling said, is just kind of a prick. He kind of just wants to get out of it, and he's just trying to make as much money as he can. But I think we will be seeing some things going to Menards and some others, of course, Atlas and possibly Lionel. But we'll just have to wait and see on that one.
I heard that they're gonna keep. I see Matt. He's talking about it. They're gonna keep. He says, I have a feeling they're going to keep a lot of the Rail King engines in the Premier Steam era. So I think what I heard, they're going to do Steam, Premier Steam, and Subways. That's going to be their main thing they're going to keep. MTH.
Yeah, it probably makes you happy, but
oh yeah, it does. Yeah, right. Yeah.
The benefit to that is that MTH has always been very diverse, but then this is, since they're going to be a small company, they can now just focus on those really specific niche market kind of items and produce them in smaller quantities, but just for those people that want them, kind of like Third Rail does.
Yeah, I think it'll end up being more like a third rail. I'm sure they'll come up with probably like a yearly catalog or something, but it won't be a 300-page catalog. It'll be maybe 50 pages worth of stuff, and have the highlights of their collection.
Yeah,
I think you'll see Subway's Premier Steam. You'll see the gallery cars from Metro, which I know my buddy Matt, he's excited for those. Yeah, I know you want them too. Yeah.
I found one.
I'd buy them. Oh, you did?
Yeah, I had to go to my local hobby shop and pay them off a little bit. I had them on layaway.
It's probably I see they're $250 a car now.
I got mine for, was it K-Line F40 with TMCC with the same cars. Slightly different cars than what Chicago Railroad has. For about around the 900 mark. So I got really.
Oh, that's good.
Considering the ones on eBay just sold for almost $2,000. So
yeah, it's crazy. They're nice cars, but if they were brass, it's different, but they're plastic.
Yeah. It's all because of that Metro branding, that darn Metro branding.
Yeah. I was talking with Raven Hawk Sterling, whatever you want to call him, yesterday, and we were saying that niche things like that, it's like maybe your only opportunity to maybe have a hair bit of investment into trains, subways, localized things like Chicago or New York City or whatever it be. That's about your only choice. Your mainstream, Pennsylvania, New York Central, UP, whatever it be. No, there's too many of them out there. But for something niche, it's a little different story. It's not you're not going to make $1 million off of it, but you'll at least have a little bit better shot at getting your money back.
For sure. And just to answer this question, it's always around June, July-ish.
July.
Usually somewhere in summertime, someplace.
This was kind of an interesting. I will just admit I don't agree with that. If you're saying you want MTH to keep everything they have, because I just disagree. I'm not saying you're wrong to think that. I personally would love Lionel to acquire some more obscure and new toolings that they don't have. I understand if you're talking about pricing, that Lionel prices are quite ridiculous, but so are MTH's big boys. Any big boy is, but the big boy is the best example of it. The MTH products used to be so cheap in comparison, but the big boys in particular became very pricey, and especially brand new. And I don't think MTH is as good of a deal as they used to be. But they're still definitely a good company, and I would love them to keep making stuff like the European trains and having Protozoan 3 in their trains. But I would love, at the very least, for Lionel to get back their lawsuit toolings. I understand there's a whole story behind that, and there's politics and law involved in that, but I would personally love for that to happen, because Lionel could make some really, really nice models.
They could do the lawsuit stuff. I know DJ wants a Vision Triplex, which you never know. I know you, but
so it's just trying to outdo Lionel.
Yeah, I know there's stuff in the works, but it's I think the catalog one would be really cool.
Yeah, that would be very cool.
Eventually, who knows? Maybe.
Yeah. So definitely an interesting thought there, and I actually saw something about right of way. To answer this, yes, I have. I have to find one first, and it has to be the right price. I've been getting so many good deals lately that I just don't want to pay money for trains anymore. So
yeah, right.
It depends on the price, but yes, I will. There's one right of way item that I will pay pretty much any amount for, and that is a Right of Way Industries Kamawa or a C&O Berkshire. They are extremely rare, and I will pay any dollar amount for it because it's a brass engine that I love that engine in real life. MTH has made a model. They're also expensive, and at that point, I might as well get the right-of-way one because of nostalgia. And it has a recording on it of if it has the sound set in it, it has a recording of a real C&O whistle, which is very cool.
Ooh.
Oh, cool.
A small mail order business. Yeah, yes, this would be very cool. Mike Wolf, this was his old style of business. He ran it out of his house, and that would be a very cool business. It would kind of go old school, and you could also digitalize it a little by having it on a website, but you're just kind of ordering it straight from them instead of a dealer, or even if they have dealers, just size things down. Like, not everyone is a third rail dealer. Not everyone not everyone's a Lionel dealer. There's different things, but it would definitely be cool to see them be a more kind of almost like a local business and less of a big corporate business, even though they still are private.
Yeah, make it like a third rail kind of style. It's basically Scott is basically the man that runs the place. You know what I mean? And it's like I'm sure if you call the number on the phone, it's probably you're getting him. You're not getting a CS rep. You're probably getting him talking. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's customer service. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it definitely is. And I email Scott all the time, and he gets back to you. It's very quick, and he does a really good job of running third rail and electric railroad at the same time.
Let's see. Will wants a 2926 Vision line. I agree.
That would be good.
I still want my rotary snowplow. Dang it!
That's a cool idea. I'd buy one. They did a Pensy. I'd buy one.
Yeah,
I'm hoping word gets around. Lionel will eventually listen, and then I get royalties.
I think the most popular paint scheme for that would be like the Northern Pacific and the Great Northern, just because they were out in the West and just snow and all that. I think those would sell well.
Yeah, true.
Though I see,
Bourbon. Get a snowplow for New York City.
Yes.
You like an MTA one or something when they got like 7 feet of snow on the ground. They gotta plow out the tunnels somehow.
Plus the Pacific, CB&Q, Rock Island. Yeah, if Jason or conservative train guy, if you're talking about the Pacifics from MTH, yes, they are making them. Specifically, they're making 425. I don't know about the other road names, but I know they're doing 425.
That's cool.
MTH was always more affordable. I do agree with this, though I also believe Lionel should just lower their prices instead of just pricing themselves out of the market. Because if they price themselves out of the market, well, then this hobby is just going to fall apart.
Yeah. And like you got to think, like I know when we were talking on the podcast with DJ and Sterling, DJ mentioned that the Pacifics, they're almost $1,600. I think they are $1,600 retail. It's like, that's a lot of money for a not so big engine. It's a beautiful piece. It's a mid-sized steamer, like the Mikados. I know I commented on this when they were last run. They were easily be $1,000 MSRP engine, and then you get it for a decent dollar when you go to pre-order it. But it's like, they're pricing themselves to the moon.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Well, it's like, also keep in mind, like, it's like, oh, how do we get young folks back in the hobby? How do we get young folks? And I know they're doing all that Lion Chief stuff, which is cool. But you also have to keep in mind people like myself who are young adults, quote unquote. We're college students who are working class. We don't have that kind of money to drop $1,000 or $2,000 on engines like that. You got to have stuff a little bit that's still higher end, but still competitively priced. Because if you're gonna focus to, no offense, just the older crowd, then you're not growing the hobby. Your customer base is steady, but it'll start dwindling over time.
Very much so. And I've always had in my mind the prices will never be like they were 10 years ago. However, I've always felt in my mind if it's an engine like an Atlantic or an H10 or the consolidation size like that and below, it should be like a $600 to $700 steam engine. If it's a Hudson or a Pacific or something more in that size, or Mikado, it should be more of a $900 to $1,000 kind of train.
Mhm.
And then anything bigger can be in the $1,100 to $1,200 or $1,300 range. And then once you get into articulated, it can get more and more. But the engines like Hudsons and Pacifics are pretty small trains in the scheme of things. And they can run on most layouts if you upgrade to, like, say, 048 or 060 curve. You don't need 072. I run my big boy in 060 all the time, and you don't really need it. It's just nice to have.
I think it's another thing that people should focus more on is the track. Track is also really expensive. Remember, I don't know if you guys remember the fast track like expansion kits that they have, but it's all 036 stuff. If they ever did those with the larger curves for people who want to advance more, that'd be really nice, because I didn't know anything about curves when I just tried to upgrade. I'm like, how big is 060? How big is 072? What do those numbers mean? Why is it $100 for a circle of track?
Yeah, there definitely needs to be a cheaper alternative, but I just go back to the fact you can't bash Lionel all the time, because if that's all you do, they won't succeed and they won't be in the business anymore. That was kind of my point originally, with the cheaper alternative. Let's see what we got here. I've been talking on okay, there's Burr ones. There's just tons and tons of comments. There's a comment. Yes, I have. I've long story short, I've considered just about everything that's out there. And it's just whether it's up here or down here on the list. Most of it's down here, because it's just, at that point, I'm just buying things to buy things, not actually to like run or use. There's so many things I just don't use. I haven't touched a lot on this shelf behind me in a long time, because when you have a lot, it's hard to use it all. I just got the Strasbourg 5-pack of coaches. Camel, that's cool. Yeah,
that's really cool.
That is really cool. And like you said, I hope Lionel definitely does more Strasbourg stuff. And we said this on the last live stream. They need to do scale stuff, but they can't price themselves out of the market, because the market is a young market for the most part.
Yeah, you got to be careful with your pricing. And real quick, you were kind of cutting out a little bit, so I didn't have a chance to listen to what you were saying with the prices. But you did mention the small steam. Like my H10, that's an engine that, oh man, I mean that should be the price for a small steam engine. $700 with all those features. That's a engine and a half, as far as, I mean, that's Visionline Hudson style features in an engine that's quarter the size.
Yeah, it really is. And I just noticed we have like 29 people watching. That's really cool.
Ooh.
And
Zach's got a question for me.
And I'll go down to that, but Matt mentioned it here. Yeah, like the 462s are $1,500, while the Camelbacks are half of that. And honestly, the Pacifics are not a bad price. They are definitely expensive, but are the MTH ones actually $1,600 retail?
No, I think they're like 12 or 13.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But they got whistle steam too in them now. So
yeah. Lionel definitely, with some things, overprices. Like not last catalog, but the catalog before that, there were, or maybe it was like 3 ago, but they had Mikados and Y3s, and then the 10-wheelers. The 10-wheelers were a really good deal, but then the Mikados are just a little too expensive. Like if you dropped another $100 off of them, it would be better. And Lionel doesn't really have to do that much to make their prices more appealing. I see.
No, just drop it by like 100 or so, and it's good to go. Why does my layout use fast track? It's just because it's what I had. It's what I had growing up, and I like it. And I thought about changing track, but it's like, I mean, the price of track. I'm looking at redoing my engine yard, just switches alone is like $700.
I feel you.
So it's like, I mean, it's like I'm not going to stop now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, we all use Fast Track. All three of us actually,
So
don't we?
that's basically the long and short of that.
Yeah,
Question.
Yeah, all three of us do. I use Fast Track for a really big layout. I consider my layout pretty big for a Fast Track, and I recently invested in a lot of switches, and the switches do cost a lot of money, and you definitely have to find the best deal out there so you don't drive yourself into the ground with prices.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. I had invested in it too much to the point where if I were to get out, I just have all this track sitting around. I looked at how much it would cost to do Ross switches and track on.
You cut out. I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, it was because you were cutting out a little. I was just saying that my layout uses Fast Track, and that to do Ross switches and curves and straight track on my layout, it would be like over $3,000 to do my layout.
Oh yeah,
which is crazy amounts of money for a layout that won't be around forever.
Yeah, that's
Sure.
where I'm coming from. With my layout, I use Fast Track, and that's because my layout's small. Small is a very relative term. It's 6 by 10 feet, only 2 loops. The yard is also what's killing me with switches. I need one more switch, one more 060 right-hand switch. And Burnsy's been nagging me for months because he's like, just buy the dang switch, just get it over with. And I'm like, no. 1, that's a lot of money. 2, I like seeing you suffer, so no. But it's a good system. I liked it because of aesthetically. Compared to Wheel Tracks, which is in the beginner market, you got tubular Wheel Tracks and Fast Track. I like the look of Fast Track better, and that's why I stuck with it. I'd love to upgrade. I tried Scale Tracks one time. Never again.
Scale Tracks is junk. Sorry.
It's terrible. I tried to make a circle, and I got 15 pieces made a circle for some reason, and I don't know why. So, I know Wheel Tracks out there. I know there's Gargraves and all that stuff, and I'd love to try that at some point. But as a person, like I said, as a big guy who's getting back into the hobby, who is still on the younger side, like Fast Track's a little bit more appealing at the moment because it's what I have and it's available.
It's
and two.
No, you go.
Okay, and two. To Zach's question too, I forgot to mention this. The other reason I like Fast Track is the command control switches.
Oh yeah.
You literally hook them up to your board, you're done. You can throw them through the remote. You don't even have to use the remote that comes with the switch. You can just use the legacy remote. And so, I mean, it's really easy to wire and use, and that's one benefit that I wouldn't have with any other system.
Yep.
So that's just the way it goes.
It's definitely appealing. I'm not even putting the little switch controllers on my layout. I disconnected all of them, dropped two wires on each of them for power, and I'm going to be wiring them up at some point. But when you can just use this, it's so easy. And it's just so much better than wiring switch controllers.
Yeah. I bought all the wire to do it, so it's like now I'm kind of committed to doing it. But it's like, I mean, I bought the wire wasn't expensive. It was like 300 feet for like $20 or whatever. But it's like I bought it, so I'm going to use it.
Yeah,
it's the Fast Track switches are idiot proof, and I'm definitely an idiot.
Oh, and plus the other reason why I haven't bought switches is because I like my trains.
Oh yeah.
It's like I'll save the $80 for a train rather than buy a switch.
Now on this topic here for a second, you can sometimes be cheaper with Gargraves than Lionel. However, you don't have command switches, so you have to buy a bunch of SC1s and SC2s, which those cost a lot of money. I did not pay very much for my Fast Track switches in comparison to the retail price. I didn't pay like nothing for them, but I got some sale deals at Nassau Hobby and Train World. And when you've invested in it over a long period of time, you've invested maybe more, but it's just over a longer span. You might be able to buy 3 Gargrave switches for less, but over the span of time, I think Fast Track, at least for a younger person, is a better option, especially considering not a lot of people have a permanent layout. Let's see here.
Bernsey says, "What are switches? I don't know what you speak of."
Yeah.
Could be also during the pandemic, but it is definitely not a phase because the pandemic they have been high for years.
Choo-choos be expensive, unfortunately.
Let's see here. And David said MTH will keep Premier, Steam, and Rail King line. Rich Foster will run it. Mike will not be in the day-to-day operations, but will keep a financial interest. Andy Edelman in the talks with Atlas O. Well, the Atlas O deal has already gone down, so that might be some old news. I know Rich Foster and Andy Edelman are probably going to stick in the business possibly, but the whole Atlas deal has been going on for a while. I'm going to let's see here.
We don't have permanent layouts yet.
Don't have permanent layouts yet.
It's funny.
I'm gonna just
And what about Matt? The void has taken him. That'd be bad.
I'm gonna take him out of until he loads back in.
All right.
I think Matt's just having some internet issues, but it's always cool to talk with him.
I mean, it's like rush hour for you guys over there, so everybody's coming home and the bandwidth is going.
Yeah, he probably will get back on in a second. He's probably just having some issues. Whoops, clicked on the wrong thing. Here's Matt.
Is he back?
There.
He's back. Hey.
Yeah, just internet issues. Probably rush hour or something like what is the most?
Back.
Let's see what we got here. I'm just more and more comments. Currency switches. Yes. Let's see here. My first layout was tubular. Great. Also, if you ever wanted to get a yard or offset, let's make conversion pin 2. Tubular is such a great. Yes, tubular track is a very good system. It's not very realistic looking. However, if you are a person that just wants to run your trains and have fun, it is probably the best way to go. I recently acquired a collection, and the layout was a runner's layout. It had tubular track, rubber roadbed, and everything was just perfect. I used to use tubular track, and it's very quiet as well, which is a nice bonus with that. Let's see here. Oh yeah, this is a good comment from Iron Fox or our buddy Griffin. It can be cheaper, but yeah, the switches and roadbed is like so expensive, and so is the ballast, especially considering you usually need a lot of it.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
And this is a person you have to listen to because Sam uses it, and he has his post-war style layout, and it is definitely a good way to go if you are looking for a good track system that just works with no issues whatsoever. It's definitely hassle-free. You just put it together, hook up a couple wires, and it will work for forever. Let's see here. I think I just see a comment from Zach here. I don't know much about this stuff, but Johnny, you might know more.
Shame they showed the MTH Metro liners, but cancel them. The ones in Skill are the Williams, and I think Walther's H one's better. Metro liners, I'm not necessarily sure about because I think isn't that like a West Coast thing? Because we have Metro. I'm not sure about Metro liners though.
Metro liners, it's an East Coast. It's like Amtrak and Pennsy and stuff like that. Yeah, they're cool. It's like I wish they would have made the E60s too. That's another one, kind of similar idea. But I saw a guy, he had the Williams Metroliner. They're cool, but I want scale Metroliners, which are like 21-inch cars. But
yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah. This has also been kind of out for a while.
Yeah, that's old news, yeah. It's cool, though, but I don't know. I still like the UP, the M10000.
Uh-huh.
Sterling's just rubbing his hands together. Yes, Polar Express is how.
Yeah, right? That'll be cool because it'll have the clips of the movie and all that. But I think the Polar Express theme just needs to stop. I mean, it's cool, but it's like, man. How much more can they milk it?
Yeah. The two-door track can look good with some if you make your own ties. It just some people are more picky about things. I could live with it. At one point, I thought about doing that, but I just had, like I said before, I was so invested in fast track that I had no other place to really go.
It can look good. It's just as it all boils down to, just what's your layout, whatever makes you happy, do that.
This is actually a very good question. I actually like that's a very cool question.
This is a good one. Wow.
What's your all-time favorite Lionel catalog? Oof.
Oh no.
I'll let you guys go first, unless you guys don't know.
Go first.
Me go first? Oh, okay. So my favorite.
I don't know.
My favorite was last year's Volume 1 catalog with all the Vision Line GS engines because, excuse me, I'm foaming a little bit. I'm a big 4449 foamer, so, that was me. To open it up at work, we don't tell my previous employer, open it up and just see big pages of GS engines. I was just like, my heart. That's got to be my favorite. I think that's so cool.
That's cool.
I think, for me, I'd say it's probably, I think it's the 2006 catalog that had the JLC Big Boy on the front of it.
Ooh.
That was, or I think it was the JLC Big Boy on the front. That was my favorite catalog. You opened it up, it had some starter sets, some very cool, not starter sets, but just sets like the TMCC sets that had engines and cars and sometimes a controller. And then it had the JLC Big Boy, the JLC Allegheny, and I think it even had the I think that might have had the Empire Builder in it. I can't remember if that was 2006 or not, but
I think it was.
It was a very cool catalog. I just love it because it's just from that, like, it's just the best time for Lionel. Very good time for Lionel.
My favorite's probably, if I had to pick one right now, probably 2007 Volume 2 or 2008 Volume 1, whichever the one had the John Bull on the front of it. I think 2008.
Ooh, yes.
Not because of the John Bull, but just because of the other engines that were in there. My Near Central F units are from there. There's a bunch of others I have.
Yeah.
Those are nice.
Let's see what we have here. Kind of an interesting, weird question, but it's kind of the same question. What's your favorite caboose? Not this, wrong caboose, whatever. This is probably one of my favorite cabooses I had. It's just the steel-sided steam air caboose.
Is that Right Away?
Yes, this is Right Away.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
Right Away brass.
This isn't probably my favorite, but it's the closest one next to me, so I got my Penn Central. This one's from DJ.
Is that weathered?
Yeah, that's the other side. There you go.
That's nice.
That's the other side. My favorite, though, that I don't have with me right now because I'm not in that section, but I have my my camera caboose and my CGG Wood Survivor caboose. I just got that one.
Those are nice.
What about you?
I was waiting for years to find that. And just got it.
The caboose I have, the one that I don't have in my hand. Ooh. I only recently started buying cabooses. Funnily enough, it's only when I got back into top I started buying freight cars. I only had one set of passenger cars and like 2 freight cars. But out of the current ones that I have right now, I think the one I got recently from a friend of ours. It's a Santa Fe caboose. It's a cupola caboose, and I love that thing so much. I think I read on the last live stream if you want to see what it is exactly, but that thing's nice.
One of the camera ones?
It's not a camera one. It's an MT Rail King one. That's basically an old tooling of a Premier one. So it's basically
okay.
Those are nice.
Cool.
What is the most common issue you guys have on your layouts? How have you dealt with it? You guys can go, or if you want me to go, I will go.
Crying in the shower. And weeping is how I deal with my issues. I'll let Matt go first because I think.
Probably power loss is probably my biggest issue, and that's lack of feeders. And I need to upgrade my truck. When I did my layout, I used all the 10-inch straights. I need to get upgraded to 30s. That's what I need to do. But that goes back to the track price thing. It's like, it would take me probably $200 just to save up for all the track I need. Yeah. Not just for the straights. It's like I could put that towards an engine. That's what I usually do. Mm-hmm. But after that, it's that, and my annoyance, and I know that's not the question you asked, but I'm going to say it anyway. My annoyance is I didn't go 72-inch switches. That's haunting me because I spent way too much on those switches, and now I can't. I asked to trade them for 72, and nobody's bit. So it's like now I gotta buy the 72 and try to sell them. So if any of you guys need, I got a 36. So if any of you know 36 switches, please, I'll sell them. I got like 6 of them.
I know my local hobby shop. He's got. What sucks is I'm looking for an 060 right-hand switch. All right, I'm looking for them, and I went to all my local hobby shops. All their used ones are gone. And the one guy I bought my last one from, he had one last one. I bought it and asked him, "Do you got any more?" He's like, "Let me check my box of used switches." He's got a box of 28 used 072 fast track switches, not a single 061. I don't know what his price is. I'm gonna bother him later today. So if you're interested,
he's got a website. Message me something.
Oh, he doesn't have a website. He's one of those old guys who don't. Older guys who don't have a website. He's all physically in store. That's it.
Yeah.
I can ask for you if you want. I can message you after.
Yeah. Please do. Please.
For me, I feel like I'm just going to be like that person to say I have no issues, but I do not have 0 issues. However, since I've rewired my layout, I don't have any power loss issues. I'd say actually my biggest issue I'm having right now is I don't know if Lionel has changed their design of their fast track switches, but all my engines just kind of bob up and down just a little on the switches.
Same.
And that might do too.
It's just not. The older switches didn't really seem to do that. I don't know if they were just worn down or what was up with that, but they seem to bob up and down a little. I can't really do anything about that. I say that's my only complaint. I've dealt with it by bending some of the rails on the switches just slightly to make things a little better. I do not do very much because I don't want to break any of them.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of my only issue currently because I've wired everything. I've wired fast track, I'd say, the way you're supposed to, and it works. I have no loss in power anywhere. It all works really well, and I'm really happy with how things are running.
That's good.
How'd you wire it? Did you just solder the feeds?
Yeah, I soldered the feeds, and I just did one loop bus wire, goes all the way around and connects on each end of it, and I just soldered down to them.
Are you having issues with DCS signal at all?
Funny enough, I only had DCS signal issues with your B6.
Great.
However, it doesn't happen with my torpedo, and it only happens over by the switch where I don't have a feeder wire, so I might just add one there because I think there's just a section where there's just less signal. But other than that, I have not had any issues with signal on the layout.
Good. I mean, I thought about rewiring bus wire in my layout because it seems like it's a better way to go. So I might do that because my dad, he bus wired his layout and he's had no problems with it. So I'll probably look into that.
I just logged all my. Here was the question. I think is always a cool question. What's your favorite Vision Line engine? I'll just quickly go. Mine is the 700E Hudson. That's mine.
Yep. Hands down. Not even a consideration.
Yeah.
Hudson. Now, black or gray?
Mine's black.
Yeah. That's hard. My uncle's got the gray. So but of the two, the black is the legendary one. So it's like,
yes, because see, it reminds me. I'll just move my camera for a minute. It reminds me of my.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna show that. Sure.
It reminds me of that way too much. It just reminds me of that way too much, and I love that thing.
But
Make me
What's
feel
your-
good, why don't you?
Foam. Sorry, foaming again. It's got to be the GS4s. I know they have some of them have some pretty some nasty reliability issues, but but they're nice engines. I can't complain. It's a GS4. What more can you ask from someone who loves them as much as I do?
Yeah.
GS4. What about the other 5?
They're like the. It's like a big
Yeah.
group of children. You have your favorite, then you tell the others when you love them, but you really don't.
Here's a good question. Well, actually, there's two. I'm going to click on this one first. Do you prefer legacy, TMCC, DCS, or conventional? I don't care, honestly, because I have a bit of everything, and it is all very nice. I make it work. I make all of them work. I guess if I'm going to like prefer one, I would prefer legacy. I'll just say that I would prefer legacy.
I'll let Matt go next then.
For me, man, I mean, I wired my layout for conventional, sort of. So, because it's like conventional is kind of what I noticed. I mean, like Dad and my uncle, grandfather, they had still had a big collection. They mostly had conventional Pro 1 at the time. A lot of that. So it's like, that's what I know, and that's what I wired layouts for. So it's like conventional for me, but as far as command, legacy, and DCS, Team CC, the RS5 stuff is good, but I could care less about the RS4. There's certain RS4 engines I like. Like Johnny got the F3. I really like that one.
Yeah.
But like after that, I could care less for the RS4s. It's cool, but it's like I like the RS5. That's the real stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The conventional, I mean, Proto 1, all the 90s stuff, you know. We like the 90s, so it's like, you know, that's the stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. For me, in terms of convention, in terms of command control, it's probably because I just got this system. I've actually been really enjoying my DCS remote, and it's become my predominant remote I've been using for both TMCC and the Proto Sound engines. But if it's a legacy, then unless it's the only exception is my GP7, because that thing is just picky as all heck. All legacy steam engines are running the legacy remote, no questions asked. I refuse to have an engine that has a quotable whistle or horn be used on DCS. That's just sinful to me. Yep. To me personally, that's just for me how I run my engines. If you don't have it, then I understand. But in terms of control wise, I love the DCS remote. In terms of sound and all the electronics, legacy by far. Like the quotable whistle, you might not think it adds that much to the.
It adds a lot.
It's great.
It really does.
Especially a smoking quotable whistle. Then you got something. I mean, that's cool.
Where can we see the live stream of the caboose? It's the previous live stream that Sid did. It should be on his channel. It should be the one where it's myself, him, and Ravenhawk or Sterling.
Yeah.
So it's towards the end of the stream where Sid and I run in choo-choos.
Mm-hmm. We got what's your favorite part of the hobby? My favorite part, besides the trains, and that is I have my own little business, and just the talking back and forth with customers and getting to know people. And I get to do that by working on the trains. That's my favorite part, is just talking with people. And that's why I do these live streams. I like Matt asked to join, and I'm not going to say no. We get to talk about trains for an hour or however long we go. There's no reason to say no, and just talking and getting to know people more and just enjoying the hobby is just my favorite part.
I'll defer to Matt again. I'm going. Am I in the hot seat now?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so my favorite aspect of the hobby has to be the socializing aspect. The younger folks, like all of us here. Like I love talking to you guys. I love hearing all the perspectives and opinions, and just seeing how the younger crowd handles it. Because we all hear about the older crowd, and they're great. I love them, but it's that fresh perspective that really gives you more confidence and faith that the hobby's going to keep going, and I love that. And the ability that it's like Sterling made mention of this last stream, but our community is big enough where we can have influencers but small enough where those influencers aren't completely unreachable. You can still message them and talk to them. Like I've been a fan of Sid's for a while, and the fact that he's a close friend now is great. And Matt, I've been checking out his channel, and I've been listening to his podcast with West Chicago Railroad religiously for about a couple months now. So to be able to have a chance to talk with him today is amazing to me. Like I love it.
Oh yeah, and it's I agree with you guys completely. Sid and I, we talked about this on our podcast with him, which I'll have to link some of the notes or whatever. But it's the community aspect. Like I'll talk with Sid, Sterling, DJ, whatever. I mean, like we'd talk on the phone. Our conversations are a good 2.5 hours long. It's about it's about just talking about trains. It's so much fun. I mean, it's like you don't realize how much a hobby can bring people together. And but it's like, man, I mean, this is a lot of fun. It's cool to have someone that has a common interest as you, that really you can bond with in a way that you would never think. Like it's I think if all three of us weren't in the trains, we wouldn't know any of us from anybody else. You know what I mean? But because we share the hobby, it's like we have a common connection. It's a ton of fun. This is awesome. I mean, I can't think of a better hobby to be in than train. Have a good time with other people. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. For sure.
Definitely. I think we all kind of just summed it up in kind of the same way. It's just talking with people, and the pandemic has oddly enough helped that, just because we're at home and we're just talking through these calls all the time. But once it gets back in person, it can be more like it was before with train shows, going to people's houses and enjoying their layouts and collections and running trains and just talking the same way but in person. But yeah, we all
like when my dad and one of my grandpa's friends, they had open houses, not the same year but different years. And with my grandpa's friend, I ran trains with him. He asked me, "Hey, you care if you come over and run trains?" And so him and I, we started bonding. His name's Rich, and him and I, we started bonding. And we before the pandemic, we got together a couple times a year and just ran trains, and 6-7 hours at a time. But we had a lot of fun. And my dad, he had an open house, and it was a lot of fun. Talk to people and shoot the breeze and everything else. It's like I said, this whole community is it's a ton of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what we have here. I can quickly answer this question. I looked. It was from Trainstorm. Legacy sounds in comparison to DC sounds. They're kind of based in a similar kind of software in a way, but the whole how they're applied into the trains is so different. This is so different from NCE Power Cab or whatever DCC system you're using. They're different, but the sounds themselves are quite similar, is the best way to put it. I saw something above. It was kind of a popular topic about a month ago or so. And 1309 would be cool as a legacy model.
That'd be cool.
They have the tooling. They can do it. They just have to make the mallets again.
It'll happen soon enough.
Yeah.
Next catalog you watch.
Said, have you ever ran both trains on the same line? Yes. If you mean have you ran two trains on the same track? Yes, I have. The other night I was running 7 trains at once. I think I had like 3. What was it? It was engines. So like there were 2 consists and then a couple engines thrown in there. So I could run a lot on each loop. So yes, it's kind of a yes to that question.
Controlled chaos, I believe the word is.
Yeah, there you go.
This is something I think we talked about in the last stream a little. I think I'm just hoping for maybe some new steam or some steam we haven't seen in a long while, and I guess F40s.
Yes, please. F40s.
F40s, I think, are a definite.
Yeah.
I've heard. I mean, Ryan's been saying it. F40s are going to happen, and I know he's talked about it before. They're tooling up. Well, not tooling, but they're redesigning their subways. I've heard it for years. I think one of these is going to hit it. Which one and how hard, I don't know. How bad it's going to kill me, who knows?
I
But,
got my checkbook
you
ready
know,
now.
what's that now?
You've got your checkbook ready and everything.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's like, what's that I need to sell to afford it and whatever. But, you know, it's like, it'll happen eventually. But,
Yeah.
yes, I think F-ways and subways is what's going to come. But who knows? I don't know.
We don't have very many comments left over here. So yeah, it's train store mentioned. Yes, I was running a lot of trains the other evening. It was it's hard to control everything at once. Luckily, I think it was all TMCC or legacy, so it was kind of easy to control in a way. But yeah, that was fun the other evening. But I don't
When
see
I do
many.
2 on a loop, I usually
Yeah.
pick one system to run. Like if I'm running 2 on a loop, I'll pick MTH or Lionel. And then if I'm running one train on the other track, it could be the other system. But when I'm running 2 on the same loop, it's got to be 2 of the same.
Yeah. So
Or else it's just too hard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we've looks like we've hit the hour mark here, and how many people? We still got 26 people watching. Cool. I don't know about you guys, but should I run some trains?
Yeah, let's do choo-choos.
Yeah, go for it.
Let's see what I'm going to run here. Let me actually change my camera to my train cam.
You got proper cameras now, or
I
professional.
I need to figure out how to do that.
Something I actually it is cool doing this. By no means is this any crazy setup, but something I wanted to mention earlier when we were talking about just talking with friends and getting to know each other. Go check out each other's channels, whether it's one of us three or people in the comments. There's lots of people here. There's me, of course. You're here watching. Matt has his own channel, which is his name there, Matt Train Lover 9943. Johnny is Audamus or Audamus, whatever you want to call him. Yeah, I'll definitely link them down in the description like I did in my last live stream. So when it uploads, you can check them out. And everyone in the comments, I believe, has a channel. Trainstorm, Owls, AGM Trains, Iron Fox, tons of other people. I think Bernsey might have been here earlier. Sam, oh yeah, my buddy, I totally forgot. Sam Zogage Trains. He made my intro. I always link his video channel in my videos because he made me an amazing intro. And just check everyone out. Give each other support, and everyone, like I said in the last stream, everyone makes slightly different content, so you're not just watching the same thing over and over. There's always something new to see.
Oh yeah, and if you don't mind me doing this real quick, Sid.
Yeah.
Matt, do you wanna take turns, kind of saying if you got anything coming up or anything you want everyone to check out for your channel or your links before we go to choo-choos?
For me, I just linked a couple episodes of my podcast in the chat. So if you guys want to check those out, you can. As far as me, next thing coming up, I got some cue cards coming in.
Ooh, nice.
Which so I don't like saying things I'm getting yet because there's something big that I'm working on paying for, which I'm not. That's as far as it's going right now. For the people that should know, and as it comes in, just check my Facebook page if you really want to know. But YouTube, it'll come eventually. So,
Awesome.
It's all from my buddy DJ. I'll tell you that. So if you know what he has and what I like, you got a pretty good indication of what I'm getting. So that's where I'll leave it.
For me, I've got a couple things coming down the pipeline soon. Hopefully within the next week. This week or mid next week, I've got a channel trailer that's going to be dropping. So if you guys want to subscribe and check that out, I'd love to see you guys check that out. A package just arrived in the mail today. I will be doing an unboxing of that soon. So if you want to see what's in the mystery box, you get to do that. And then after that, I got the first episode of Showcase Saturdays, which will be coming out, which will be showcasing the Rail King F40 Alaska starter set. It'll be the first one on YouTube, the Proto 2 set. So hope you guys are excited. So check out my channel, and you guys will see some awesome content coming soon.
That's very cool. And I don't know if, Matt, you mentioned this. I was looking at my trains. You have your podcast, the Matt and Matt podcast. I'll link that or a link to one of them in the description, and they can find more. And like I said before, just check everyone out. It's well worth the time, and it's great to build this community. And make sure to subscribe and click the bell and leave a like on all our videos. And for me, I always have content coming. I still haven't talked about the collection I acquired or my trip to the St. Louis Transportation Museum. So there will be videos on that coming. I also just acquired another engine that you'll be seeing soon. And it kind of rounds out a certain fleet of mine. So that'll be my there'll be some more content coming soon. Plus, I don't know if you can already see, but I have some buildings and stuff on the layout, and it's starting to look more like a layout and less like a Homosode Central Desert. So you'll be seeing more from me. But yeah, go check out everyone's channels, and I'm gonna start up the S3s here so you can see the last ship I assume you came to see.
Thank you very much.
Ooh, looks so nice.
Come on.
Oh yeah. Wait till it blows that whistle, man. That's something.
Come on, volume, go up, please. There we go.
Wow.
Smoke.
Music in my ears, man.
Sadly for me, Johnny's smokes more than mine, so I guess I'll fix that one day. It's kind of weird having two engines. Oh, there we go. Johnny's gets this whistle.
I get the dog bark whistle.
Let's see here. Might be hard for you to hear, but you hear like the double chuffing.
Yeah, you can kind of hear it.
Yeah, it's hard to hear, but it really sounds cool.
It's a little more pronounced when you start moving a little faster.
And then I did this lash up double header a long time ago on a different stream.
Oh, I love this.
And I think you guys will like this lash up. Here's my DCS remote. No smoke because it will blow the breakers. Let's see here.
Too much Pensy power in one shot. All the East Coast fans are just clutching their hearts.
Come on, Pensy power, man. Come on. That's the stuff, man. Shooting my subways going where they should be. Oh, look at that long train. Holy cow.
I wish I could run trains that long on my layout.
And my grandpa's I can, but not on mine.
Closest I'll get is GFW's layout.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Hey, Jackson.
Hey, Jackson. How you doing, man? We're just watching Sid run his trains.
He's showing off his collection. Yeah.
Gotta play Doobie Brothers, Long Train Running.
Such a beauty. Oh wow, she is really smoking. Wow.
Yeah. Is that like a glossy painted top on that 365?
I think it's because it's oily. I think that's why it's glossy.
Yeah, it's covered in oil.
It needs to get the SID treatment. The doctor.
I mean, it looks cool. That's really cool.
I definitely want to make coming up. I have it's either that or a special secret project that's coming in for the next scenic snapshot. So whatever comes to my house first will be the next episode, the next engine featured in that series.
Cool. He's got a fancy signal bridge back there. That town is really cool.
He's really intrigued. He's really enjoying that.
Yeah, I really like those
Wish
buildings.
mine looked like well. Now who makes those now?
They're, I believe they're Woodland Scenic building plans.
Oh, those are cool. That's really cool. I think I'm gonna hop off. I got some stuff I got to do. But it was awesome chatting with you guys, and I'll hit you up later on. And Johnny, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to the podcast, everything, man. I really appreciate it.
We need to talk outside of this. We need to talk outside of this. You're fun to talk to.
Yeah, hit my email or whatever. It's somewhere in the chat. Here, I'll ask you real quick.
I can put in the description if you want.
Worst comes to worst, I can poke Sid Fair stuff, so.
Yeah.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, guys, you take care. We'll see you around. Have a great day.
Yep.
See you, man.
See you later.
All right, later, Sid.
Now you're stuck with me, chat.
I don't know about you, but this doubleheader is kind of cool.
That is awesome.
I see. Jason is not happy with UP stuff.
Hey, John, this might be a weird question, but do you like the American Freedom paint on the 4449? I believe it's one of the finest. Yes, it is amazing. I'm very envious of Sid for his. I will get one eventually, because I've been doing a lot of research on the whole Freedom Train and all that, so I definitely want to get some. I want to get some Freedom Train cars.
Yeah, I definitely want to get more Freedom Train cars.
Yeah, model that at Amtrak excursion city. Keep sending me pictures.
No, but Sterling destroyed that idea because it's not an F40.
Don't worry about it. Sterling can scold you later. It's fine. Here's what you do: you buy the F40. You don't tell Sterling, and then when he finally finds out you have it, you hide from his S1. Otherwise, he's going to hit you in the back of the head.
I see Jackson coming here. The only difference is basically Bluetooth and Crew Talk. That's about the only difference.
Yep.
Actually, one more thing. The emergency light doesn't stay on mine.
Mine does, and it annoys the living daylights out of Sid.
What's up, the Railroad Empire?
Carter says you can't spell stupid without UP.
That's perfect.
That's a Burnsiism there.
That is a Burnsiism.
By the way, you guys don't know who Burnsy is. He's a good friend of ours. He just uploaded a video on his N-scale layout. So if you like that kind of thing, you like nice scenery on a small N-scale layout, definitely check him out. Uh-oh.
I knew it blew it finally blew the breaker.
Hey, it only took about a couple minutes. We are doing good. We're doing good.
I'm going to let that train just sit there for a minute and cool down.
All the Pensive filmers are just like, all the best engines are in front of camera shot. Now Sid takes it away. He giveth and he taketh away.
I'll just give a run by of the S3s.
I mean, the best engines ever. This is me. Everyone should put an F in the chat. F's in chat for the the PRR doubleheader photo run by.
I love on the crew talk on mine when you do the engineer crew talking up to TowerCon first. The engineer's like,
Oh, it's so George voiced it.
Yes, it's a George.
George from GFW. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We love George. He's a friend of ours as well. Have you had a chance to show off the cylinder steam yet, Sid?
Let me see about yours. Mine is.
Trying to do a video. I have the K-Line American Freedom Train GS4 with the 5-car passenger set with 2 showcase cars, 2 display cars, the observation. Probably my holy grail. What? Yes, please make a video on that. Surprisingly enough, K-Line GS4s are not that well known on YouTube, so I will watch your video. Please make it.
Right here is the best shot for the cylinder steam on the switches.
I don't think there's a Kool-Aid emoji.
Oh, yeah. Kool-Aid emoji. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Actually, while I'm at it, I might as well just run this little guy. Let's see here. I'm gonna run Matt's B6 you see there.
Make him happy. There it goes. It's rocketing off there. Is that a Proto 2 engine?
Yes, that's a Proto 2 3-volt now.
Ah, I see. I see. We need a Kool-Aid emoji. I'm curious. I'm gonna pose this question to chat. So you guys know how you can have custom emojis for all like different channels and stuff. What do you guys think Sid should be? If Sid ever did that, what do you think his should be? Ooh, look at that! I love how it just wafts over the switches. Beautiful.
It does look really cool.
Starting to get sick of cars, man.
Here comes the B6.
Carter says the picture of him eating train should be an emoji for your channel.
Should that be a thing?
Should it be a thing? I don't know. That whistle for that switcher is like iconic for, was it early 2000s MTH?
Yeah, it definitely is.
B6 is like, wait up, guys.
That's so funny. Wait up. You left me behind.
It's like when it's like when a bunch of like high schoolers that are hanging out, and that one guy who had to be his brother. He's just like, no, wait, guys, please, wait up. I'm cool. Let me hang out.
Wait up. It is smoky in here. It's like, it might be hard to tell on the camera, but it's smoky.
You can see by the ceiling. It's like a fog in there.
Thanks, Al, AGM Trains.
Nice running session. Yeah, I know. I'm envious. You have some nice running sessions on your channel, though. I always love watching your videos. That's the Al. Al, you got some great stuff.
I did not mean to stop them there.
Just the deep chuff of S3. It makes my Burke sound like nothing when I run the S3 and the Burke together.
Now it's even better. someone applied the emergency brake on the escalator.
I bet you it was the hero boy from Polar Express. I bet it was his doing.
I see a question here from Zach. Have you thought about getting the holiday avocados? No, I have not.
Sid, have you seen the what was it? What was that set they released last year? It's like a legacy Christmas set. I think that thing looks great. They did I don't know what it's called, but it was a legacy Steam Freight set that they did in Christmas colors. So
it was cool. It had a B6 in it with short Atlantic tender, and it was that set. And I think it said ho 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 for the freight of the announcements or whatever. I forgot.
I'd love to get one of those. Those are a nice set. I don't usually like Christmas stuff, but they did a great job on that one.
The camera does not do it justice. It is foggy in here.
It is misty in your room. The Snowflake Express.
We're gonna see if I can get the. Let's see.
Jason's like, is that a great northern tender in the background?
That is a great northern tender in the background. We have turned the lash up on again.
Ooh, let's see how she does. Snowflake Express. Now, those are nice weathered Menards cars there.
Menards does a really good job with the weathering.
Oh yeah. I wonder who that Great Northern tender belongs to.
I have no clue who that belongs to. It just showed up at my house one day randomly.
Oh, in that case, can I have it? I'll give it a great home. And yes, the photo one shots are just pure nostalgia from my life. I want to get one. You can't get more classic MTH than watching, I think, I Love Toy Trains, the scenes with them dubbing over the Proto 1 sounds, and then shots of Tony Lash's layout.
Yes, that is the ultimate nostalgia factor.
And you know the shot too, the shot of the roundhouse, and the entrance of the train in the background, and the turn through. That's pure nostalgia right there.
Yes, that really is.
We love UP Cabooses in our PRR.
It makes total sense. It even has Milwaukee Road, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Atlantic Coastline. That makes total sense.
I mean, it's not as simple as what I used to learn before I bought Cabooses. It made Bernsey cry. My Nickel Plate Road and that's Heritage Caboose behind me.
Yes, it makes total sense.
Menards cars definitely are loud. They definitely have. I mean,
I have not oiled that one car and it sounds horrible.
Not my car, is it?
No, it's what I bought.
Oh, Matt Craig's where's your KFC car from?
Hold on, let's get up the train go by. Alright, let's see. I bought mine at a train show. It's a KMT model.
Bleach Brother Son 1, the official soundtrack of PM books and videos.
You recognize that whistle?
You got any scooters?
Yes, I do.
Then I think it'd be really cool to see you do a running session of just your conventional. It's just classic old conventional.
I should do that one time.
This is mainly all Lionel operating cars too. Yep, for sure. Yeah, I never got post-war stuff. I don't know any post-war stuff apart from like a really crappy caboose, but it helped me follow post-war trade because if you can't afford them, so you watch somebody else get trade.
As you say, they're weefas.
Yeah, a few weefas.
Yes.
Love
Here's some more Pennsylvania stuff coming up.
Ooh. Oh, I think I recognize it. Ooh, the K4. Right, is it good car?
Yeah, it's a K4.
Oh, I said really confidently I didn't want to be idiot. It's been a long day. Did it go through Hiawatha or S3?
S3 all day long.
I had to face it on that road. I gotta get back. They go for the S3. Alright. S3's better. S3 is winning by a significant majority.
The breaker blew again.
Oh no! Yeah, 2 PRR engines on that load.
I have to compensate for the breaker blowing.
Jason says I must stand with my 442.
Lionel also made a KFC car in the early 80s. Whoops.
Uh-oh. What happened?
No, the K4 was right behind the B6, and I stopped the B6, and then the back truck derailed.
Oh no.
Now everything stopped. Let's see here. I probably should turn those off. There we go. Well, that was epic.
That was pretty cool. I hope you guys enjoyed watching that running session because I enjoyed it.
Wait, let's see. The speeder beats all engines, though. All hail the speeder. Yes,
I don't know. The Scout, though.
I think I don't know if Jackson is talking about speed, because I do admit what's it called? Speeders are speed.
Speeders are speed. You heard it from the man himself. Speeders are speed. Sage Trains 2021.
Yes, that is my quote. My ultimate quote.
And everyone get that picture of Sid when his face was frozen on GFW stream and just put that below him. Speeders are speed.
Yes, I do know who Richard Kuhn is. Let's see here. How many people are still watching? Wow, we still have 22 people watching.
22 people who are still here who are willing to listen to us be crazy.
I would say that is pretty good, considering we're just 2 people running trains.
Yes, 2 people running trains.
Oh, yeah, well, 1 running trains. Speeder, speed. I am speed. That would actually be kind of cool.
That would be very cool.
A speeder parade. Let me move the S30 forward. Oh, wow. Launch control. Let's move those forward. I will finish off with a nice. I'll finish off with a. I'm gonna try and finish off with something right out of an MTH video. Let's do this.
Sid, have you ever seen Extreme Trains?
Have I ever seen Extreme Trains?
Zach would like to know.
Yes. How have I not seen Extreme Trains? Yes, I have seen Extreme Trains. Probably my most memorable one is where they take the coal train over the Alleghenies through the horseshoe curve into the power plant.
I like the episode with 844. I mean, it's a steam engine. How can you not?
Yeah, I like that one as well. Let's pull the B64 here.
I love that Matt guy on the show who says Carter. Oh, this is awkward. I haven't seen it. Check it out if you haven't. It's Extreme Trains. I believe it's by the History Channel. They produced it. It aired for a little bit, but it was cut short. Hey, Sterling's here.
All right, we got Sterling. Hey, Sterling. We're just having fun running some trains.
Just missed Matt.
Just speaking of Matt, that's his B6 right there. I was just pulling it forward after the back truck derailed, but it's all good. It runs good and smokes good.
Yeah, Jason's like 8444 is probably wondering where we've been wondering where he's been. Where's the FEF, Sid?
The FEF is actually hold on. The FEF is right here.
Ooh, there it is. The Banshee whistle? Yeah, Banshee whistle's sick. It is classic Frodo too. There it is. Wow, it looks nicer from a distance too. All that pinstriping.
I like the pinstripes on it.
Sid, when are we gonna get the Ultsman Freedom Train double header?
When I find time to open up the box and get my dummy couplers out.
For all those who don't know, 4449, the American Freedom Train scheme, double header with 8444 for a little bit. It was during a period where the 4449 needed to get serviced, and UP offered to let the Freedom Train use the 8444, but once push comes to shove, the 4449 was ready within hours of 8444. So when they returned the 4449 back to the Freedom Train, they couldn't resist but to double hit the two engines.
So, oh my, okay. Yes, I know who Marty Fitzhenry is. That I will basically. I'm not being cocky by any means, but I know the hobby very well. Is a good way to put it. Let's see something here. I was looking to see if this V6 has a crossing signal, but I love holding the whistle down long. And then having those little extra toots at the end, which just sounds so cool.
Yeah, I think it's the difference. What was that? Like, you had to hold it down for at least 7 seconds, I think is what it was.
Something like that. There was something here. The only thing I would change is that I would have the driving gears polished like they were on the 2009 FEF. While trim, in my opinion. I do agree that I think it was in real life they were a more polished look. However, when they were running, they looked extremely dirty. On these, they are blackened, so it does look a little different, but I love this engine. I have to smoke on this engine. I think I ran out of swift fluid and it's not forward. Probably one of the best whistles, in my opinion. Best whistles. A very good whistle. I do admit this whistle has been overused a little, but it's definitely cool.
Oh yeah. I mean, heck, they've used that whistle in Lion Chief engines.
Oh yeah, they used it in the Lion Chief Blue Comet.
Oh yeah, that was a shocker. I didn't expect that sound to come out of that engine. If it was like a little bit of a bigger engine, I think it'd fit a little better.
Yeah. Let's see, we got some. A couple of people have mentioned these cars sitting over on my power plant, the Peabody cars. Those are actually quite cool because they are die-cast K-line cars. Very cool.
Yay, K-line. I like K-line. I like them a lot.
That M10000 is a project that I just have to sit down and do. What else do I have? I think I have every engine that's on the inner loop on the track right now. Move some stuff forward. Move that. That breaker is still blown because too much power. I need to get some power supplies with no breakers so we can run.
Just unlimited power.
Unlimited power.
Jason wants to know, how's the Crusader doing?
The Crusader is currently out of commission because I took the electronics out of it to put into a different engine.
It will be back eventually.
It will be back. I like that set. I do like that set a lot. It's just not a priority at the moment. My priority is getting my layout going, which I believe it's running really well right now. Considering the fact that I can run this many trains on one loop and have very few issues. The only issue I had was me not watching the K4 as it hit the back coupler of the B6. But that's my fault. Everything else just runs fine. No big issues. Yeah, I'm really enjoying my layout. This is the most fun I've had in a long time, considering I've not really had a layout for a solid couple months. Let's see here. 200 years later. And yeah, Jackson said it's a bit overused, but yeah, it does fit larger engines.
Oh, sure. I think they used it on the. I learned recently they used it on some of the Santa Fe Northerns too.
Yeah. They used it on which one was it? That our buddy.
Whatever run it was that had the Blue Boost one. If it wasn't the Blue Boost or 3751, you got a Vision Line Big Boy. Big boy.
That's the whistle you get. Let me change my camera again and shut down a couple things. 5. adjust my camera here. I think, let's see, which camera is it? This one.
And he's back.
There we go. So I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoy that. That's running trains and just watching them run is probably one of my favorite parts about most videos. Lots of people have been telling me that recently. They just like seeing trains run. So I hope you enjoy our lash-ups and various engines running on minor loop. And it's been fun answering questions.
Oh, yeah.
And it's fun talking with Johnny as always. And Matt was on. We talked about some good topics. And you guys asked some really good questions.
Yeah, great discussion today.
Oh, yeah, definitely good. I will definitely be doing more as always. It'll the next. I totally forgot about this. I did hit 2,000 subscribers like 163 ago. So I thank all of you for subscribing and watching the channel, as it does drive me to do more. And I'll probably do a live stream at some point where I possibly give away something or just do something that's interesting and more interactive for all of you. And hopefully that'll be soon. That's probably what the next live stream will be. Kind of a overdue thing, but definitely something I want to do since I've hit that mark on the channel. So thank you guys for. No, I am not giving away an S3. That is not. I can't afford that.
So it's just been like, I have a beautifully weathered S3 I could just give away.
Just give away. I'll give away Johnny's S3. That works. You okay with that, Johnny? You want to get ready?
Oh, yeah, totally. Give it to some guy with 036 curve. I bet they'll appreciate
it. Yeah, so thank you guys for joining, and stay tuned for more content as always. And I think Johnny and I are going to sign off here. So thank you for joining.
Shop. So thank you. Bye, guys.
See ya.